Hey everybody,
Howdy, folks.
welcome back. So today is March 3rd. It's a Sunday, and we booked our dining for our table service restaurants. There's really good news is we got everything that we wanted to. It's going to be a pretty short video. If you wanted to know which restaurants we were trying to go for, you could watch our last video. Um, and one of the ways, again, that we were able to accomplish this is by following some of our five considerations in booking our Disney trip, which was planning ahead. So we looked through a lot of menus, we looked through um, prices, things like that. We looked through what's going to be the hardest restaurants to book that we wanted to go to, and then we made that plan. So a couple of short, quick things to talk about would be number one, if you're trying to get a restaurant such as Be Our Guest, which is going to be super tough to get into, and it's like on your fourth day of your trip, don't book your first 3 days first and then try to book your fourth. Book which restaurants you think are going to be the hardest to get into first. That's kind of a big thing that people don't necessarily always think of. They want to go kind of in order. Don't go in order of what day you're going to be there. Go in order of which is going to be the toughest to get into. That's kind of a pretty big thing to think of. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, and also have a rough idea of the times that you want to book, and also have a backup time, too, just in case your first choice is not available.
All right. Yep. Very good. Another thing to consider is if you're really 6 months or you're 180 days or whatever out, if you can't Be Our Guest for your fourth day, let's say, but for some reason it's there on the third day, book it for the third day and then play that by ear and say, well, let's see if we really want to keep the days where we are. What is your priority? If it's going to Be Our Guest, then book it for the other day. Not too big of a deal. Have that flexibility to do that if you so need. Another thing, again, what we did, we don't know if we're going to go to Epcot or Magic Kingdom. Is it Saturday or Sunday? We don't know the schedule yet. We want to see what the extra magic hours are going to be, to see which day we're going to get to spend in the most time in each park, right? So we booked both restaurants for both days, and then whenever we find out which day we're going to be at which park, we're going to cancel the one we're not going to be at. Again, you have to cancel your dining reservation 24 hours in advance or you get charged, so make sure you do that. And also make sure you wake up and you're able to book your restaurants with as much time as you possibly can. So if booking the restaurant starts at 6 a.m., get up at 6 a.m. or prior to that so you're able to book it right when it's available to do that. If you're waiting until later on in the evening, there's a pretty good chance that you're not going to be able to get those restaurants. And if you aren't getting the one you want, so that Be Our Guest dinner reservation, keep checking back periodically if you're set on that day, and you might luck out and get that reservation.
That's what I was gonna say.
Our first year that we went to Disney together, we booked our Be Our Guest dinner. Was it a couple of weeks prior to the trip?
Yep.
That was it. It was not 180 days out. It was a couple of weeks prior to the trip because somebody else canceled theirs. And because we were periodically checking it, we found it and just snagged it because that helped us out. Be flexible with what times you want to go. I think you had said that, right?
Yep.
So if you say, well, we wanted to go at 8 o'clock, is if there's an availability at 9 o'clock, is that hour really going to make too much of a difference? Just book it at the 9 o'clock. Again, priorities. If your priority is going to Be Our Guest, then book it at the other time.
And something that happened this morning when we did book our one restaurant, I knew that we wanted for breakfast there, and there's a little drop-down menu that it just said breakfast and then a bunch of times, and I hit breakfast thinking that it would show me all of the available times, but when I hit breakfast and I hit search, it showed me 9 o'clock and 9:45. But we wanted an earlier time than that, so I went back into the drop bar and I clicked 7:30.
Right. Or 7:45 or 7:30. Yep.
Yep, and it showed me two times. It showed me 7:30 and then 7:45. So I took the 7:45 one. So yeah, also kind of look around, see if you can get your different times because for some reason it didn't show me all of the breakfast times when I hit breakfast. So do some kind of searching and some messing around to see if you can find the exact time that you want.
Right. So I guess lastly, make sure that you check out our video prior to this one that tells you which ones we were going for. That way you'll kind of see which ones we were able to get. And watch our planning video. That's our top 5 considerations when you're booking your Disney trip. That will also help you to kind of see how we went about planning at least this portion. Some of the things we took into consideration.
And if you're wondering what that noise is, our 2 cats are over in the other room making noise.
We're having a snowstorm here in Pennsylvania, and I think they're loving it. So if you could, please like and subscribe. And if you have a Disney fan in your life, share it with them. And if you know somebody that's going to Disney, again, share that with them as well, because a lot of these tips will help them out as well, because they're things that we've found over the couple of years that we've been going to Disney. And if you have any questions, please leave a comment. If you have any additional comments about ways that you've booked your Disney trip in general, or specifically dining, again, please comment. And hit that bell for notifications to be alerted to any new videos that we put up. We are going to be posting this one either again March 3rd today or tomorrow, and we are going to pretty soon post a review of Be Our Guest lunch from our last trip. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys later.
Thanks.